Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel Biologica 360. Before I start this video, I would like you to please subscribe my channel and also click the bell icon so you do not miss any of the notifications. In my today's video, I will discuss about levels of biological organization. But before discussing biological organization, let's first see what is biology. The word biology is derived from Greek words bios and logos. Now the word bios means life and the word logos means study. Biology is a combination of these two words. Therefore, biology is defined as the science of life and living organisms. Basically, it is a natural science in which we study about living organisms, their physical structure, chemical processes, molecular interaction, physiological mechanism, development, and evolution. Now, coming back to our main topic, which is levels of biological organization. Biological organization is not simple. It has a high degree of complexity because of which the living organisms are able to carry out a number of processes which distinguish them from the non-living things. Biological organization is studied at different levels, starting from the very basic level of subatomic and atomic particles to the organism itself and beyond which the study of population, community and entire world are included. Biological organization starts with the very basic atomic and subatomic level. All living and non-living matter is formed from the smallest unit of matter, which is known as atoms. These atoms are the constitute of three subatomic particles. The first is the neutron. The second subatomic particle is the proton. Neutron and proton are inside the nucleus, and the third is the electron, which orbits around the nucleus. Now, in organisms, the elements do not occur in isolated form. Rather, the atoms of different elements combine with each other through covalent or ionic bonds to form a stable form, which is called molecules. So basically, when two or more atoms are held together by a chemical bond, they form a molecule. Now, there are two types of molecules, micromolecules and macromolecules. Micromolecules are the molecules that have low molecular weight, such as water and carbon dioxide. Macromolecules are the molecules that have high molecular weight, such as carbohydrates and proteins. Now, these different number of micro and macromolecules arrange themselves in a particular way to form cells. Cell is the basic structural and functional unit of life. On the basis of number of cells, organisms are characterized into two different types. There are either unicellular organisms or multicellular organisms. Unicellular organisms, which are also called single-celled organisms, are the organisms that have only single cells, such as bacteria and protists. Multicellular organisms are the organisms that are composed of more than one cell, which can be up to trillions of cells, such as plants and animals. They are composed of trillions of cells, so they are known as multicellular organisms. Now, in multicellular organisms, group of similar cells organized into loose sheets or bundles to form tissue. Each tissue has a particular function in the life of an organism. For example, glandular tissues, which are responsible for secretion. Then there are muscle tissues present in animals that are responsible for movement or contraction. Then in plants, xylem and phloem tissues are present. Xylem tissues are responsible for the conduction of water and minerals, whereas the phloem tissues translocate soluble organic compounds during photosynthesis, such as sugar sucrose, to different parts of the plant where they are needed. Different tissues having related functions assembled together in a structure known as organ. These organs are specialized to perform a particular function. For example, stomach is an organ that is involved in digestion, heart that pumps blood around your body, and lungs, which is involved in the process of respiration. These were some of the examples of organs present in animals, but there are many more. In animals, the organ formation is far more complex and defined as compared to the organ level of organization in plants. In plants, some of the main organs present are roots, which anchors the whole plant and absorb water and nutrients needed for the growth of the plant. Next is the stem that supports the entire plant and also transport water and minerals. Leaves are the primary organ for the process of photosynthesis. It is a process by which plants make their own food. And the next is the flowers. These are basically the reproductive organs of the plant. These organs are part of different organ system where they work together as a biological system to perform one or more function. Some examples of organ systems include digestive system, in which different organs such as stomach, pancreas, intestine, esophagus, etc. they work together to perform digestion. Another example is the respiratory system, where lungs, pharynx, trachea, bronchi, etc. they work together to perform respiration. Various organs in plants and various organ systems in animals assemble together to form a whole organism. Each organism is different from every member of the same species in certain respects. After organism, the next level of biological organization is the population. So basically, what is a population? When the living organisms of the same species are located in the same place at the same time, they form a population. As you can see in this video, a number of deers are living together, so they form a population. After population, the next level of biological organization is the community. Basically, populations of different species living in the same habitat forms a community. In a community, different populations interact with each other and the number of organisms of different population may vary, as one population may increase and the other may decrease, depending upon the fluctuations in the abiotic factors. So as a whole, different populations living at the same place at the same time forms the community. After community, the next level of biological organization is the ecosystem. Ecosystem is defined as a community together with its non-living surroundings. Basically, ecosystem is made up of all of the living and non-living things in an area. This includes plants, animals, and other living things that make up the communities, and non-living materials which include water, rock, soil, sand, etc. In short, ecosystem is a combination of living and non-living things. Coming towards the last level of biological organization, which is biosphere. It is that part of earth which is inhabited by living organisms and also include non-living components. In simple words, we can say that biosphere is that layer of earth where life exists. With this, we come towards the end of this video. To sum this all up, organisms can be studied at different levels of organization, which can be atomic and subatomic level, molecular level, cell and tissue level, organ and organ system level, or we can look at it as an individual, as a part of a population, as a part of a community that includes different populations, and a part of a community of an ecosystem which includes both abiotic factors as well as living organisms. This was all about levels of biological organization. If you have any question, please leave it down in the comment box. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up and also subscribe my channel Biologica 360. Thank you.